Hello, welcome back to The Vocalist. My name is Bethany. I am a voice teacher, and today I'm going to be hearing the singer Lara Fabian for the first time. So I found out she is a Canadian-Belgian singer, and many of you recommended her because apparently this is someone whom Dimash really looks up to, and after reacting to him, I thought it was only right that I listen to a singer he admires. So that's what we're doing today. After a bit of research, I decided on the song Je suis malade. I do not speak French, but I have a video that also has English subtitles, so I'll know what she's saying while I enjoy her beautiful singing. With that, let's get to it.
Je ne rêve plus, je ne fume plus. Je n'ai même plus d'histoire. Je suis laide sans toi. Je suis sale sans toi. Comme une orpheline dans un dortoir. Je n'ai plus envie de vivre ma vie. Ma vie c'est ce quand tu pars. Je n'ai plus de vie. Et même mon lit se transforme en quai de gare.
Oh my goodness, this is so beautiful. For some reason, when she took her first breath, I wasn't expecting quite the depth that she has in her voice. It wasn't a shallow breath, it just sounded high. So I was a little taken aback when she first started singing. What I adore is how conversational this is. French is such a beautiful language, and for those of you who don't know, I came from a classical background, and so oftentimes when you're singing French or like French melody in like art songs and whatnot, they instruct you to turn all of those ending E's into schwas. So you always add this sound at the end of so many words and so many phrases. I understand why, but in this case, hearing someone who speaks the language, not worried so much about the melody, but really the emotion and the text, I think it just transforms the song entirely. I'm gonna go back a little just to hear again that beautiful balance between her speaking voice and the moments where she chooses to sustain the notes.
Ma vie c'est ce quand tu pars. Je n'ai plus de vie. Et même mon lit se transforme en quai de gare. Quand tu t'en vas, je suis malade. Complètement malade. Comme quand ma mère sortait le soir et qu'elle me laissait seule avec mon désespoir. Je suis malade, parfaitement malade. T'arrives, on ne sait jamais quand. Tu pars, on ne sait jamais où. Et ça va faire bientôt 2 ans que tu t'en fous comme un rocher.
Okay. I'm going back. This is so stunning. There is no tension in her face. I'm gonna go back and watch that again. That's the first thing that really stands out to me, because every brow crease or facial expression that you see right now has everything to do with the text and nothing to do with what note is coming next. She also had some very seamless registration changes, so I am going to try and get back there. Let's see. Right there. Ooh, let me play that again. So All of that was a mix, but the first half was a chest dominant mix, and then the second half was more head dominant. I've said it before, I'll say it again. That takes a lot of agility and it sounds so effortless, but she does such a beautiful job with that technically.
T'en fous comme un rocher.
Okay, I know I paused here before. What I also love is her use of glottal fry, that sound, and her use of breath. Normally when we're talking to singers, we want their soft palate up nice and high. When your soft palate's up high in breathing, that sort of eliminates the breath sound. So if I breathe in with my soft palate down, you can hear it. It sounds gaspy the way I just demonstrated. But if I lift my soft palate, you can't hear the breath because it's just going over the tongue and it's not touching your soft palate. In this case though, I love that she is keeping her soft palate down when she breathes in because that breathless quality adds to the song and to the text.
Comme un péché, je suis accrochée à toi, je suis fatiguée, je suis épuisée de faire semblant d'être heureuse. Quand ils sont là, je bois toutes les nuits et tous les whisky pour moi auront le même goût et tous les bateaux portent ton drapeau. Je ne sais plus où aller, tu es partout, je suis malade, complètement malade. Je verse mon sang dans ton cœur.
Look at that intensity.
Et je suis comme un oiseau mort. Quand tout est du dos, je suis malade, parfaitement malade. Tu m'as privé de tous mes chants, tu m'as vidé de tous mes mots. Pourtant, je crois que j'avais du talent. Avant ta peau, cet amour m'a tué. Si ça continue, je creverai seule avec moi, près de ma radio, comme un gosse idiot, en écoutant ma propre voix qui chantera.
I love that little nasal effect right there. She has so many colors in her voice and she's making the most minute changes to access each one of them. I imagine another chorus is coming up, but if it doesn't, I'm gonna go back because I want to point something out.
Je suis malade, complètement malade, comme quand ma mère sortait le soir et qu'elle me laissait seule avec mon désespoir. Je suis malade, c'est ça, je suis malade. Tu m'as privé de tous mes chants, tu m'as vidé de tous mes mots et j'ai le cœur complètement malade. Cerné de barricades, t'entends, je suis malade.
Okay, I took the liberty of rewinding. Brace yourself for lots of pausing because There's one particular section, she does so many beautiful vocal things that I was too busy enjoying the first time around, so we're going back.
Que tu t'en fous comme un rocher,
Beautiful glottal fry.
comme un péché. Je suis accrochée à toi, je suis fatiguée.
Very
Je
conversational.
suis épuisée de faire semblant d'être heureuse. Quand ils sont là, je bois toutes les...
So that grittiness, she still has her soft palate down, but now she's starting to sing more.
les nuits. Quand ils sont là, je bois toutes les nuits. Et tous les whisky, pour moi, ont le même goût.
And that, oh, so good. So she's got that glottal on all, but because of the text, because of the song and what she's saying in this moment, she transitions into her head voice by the end of this sentence, or phrase really.
Et tous les bateaux ont le même goût. Et tous les bateaux portent ton drapeau. Je ne sais plus où aller. Tu es
Oh, whispering.
partout. Je suis malade, complètement malade. Je verse mon sang dans ton corps et je suis comme un oiseau mort.
Look at that, like that emotion.
Je suis malade, parfaitement malade. Tu m'as privé de tous mes chants, tu m'as vidé de tous mes mots. Pourtant, je crois que j'avais du talent. Avant ta peau, cet amour m'a tué.
That was beautiful. She used just enough air pressure to maintain straight tone and not let the vibrato come in.
Si ça continue, je creverai seule avec moi, près de ma radio, comme un gosse idiot, en écoutant ma propre voix qui chantera. Je suis malade, complètement malade.
I know I'm in... Don't get mad. I told you pausing was happening. Okay, so that one's a B4.
Comme quand ma mère sortait le soir et qu'elle me laissait seule avec mon désespoir. Je suis malade, c'est ça.
So that's a D. The way she is singing, it sounds so chest dominant, which I love. It's got that beautiful belty quality to it. I can tell she's mixing just a smidge because of the extra like nasal resonance I'm hearing, but it's so minute that it sounds so powerful.
Je suis malade, tu m'as privé de tous mes chants, tu m'as vidé de tous mes mots, et j'ai le cœur complètement malade, cerné, de barricade, t'entends, je suis malade.
Ooh, now that's an F sharp. That you can hear that mix. It still sounds so powerful and so strong and so healthy, but it matches the tone that came before it, which I love. Some days I am the worst reactor ever. I got so sucked in that I didn't want to pause, I didn't want to stop, and then I tried to go back and comment on the things that were so cool to me, and I still got sucked in and didn't want to pause and didn't want to stop. So we'll see what happens in editing. Hopefully this isn't a super long video. Nonetheless, let's recap. I do this to myself every time I hear one of these artists you guys recommend because I just want to hear more. And I'm not gonna do it because I want to give you like first impression reactions. The thing that I loved about this particular performance was her emotion, was her ability to convey text, her use of that speech-like singing, that vulnerability. Yeah, I was just blown away by the actual artistry of the performance. For the majority of this song, I wouldn't say it highlighted her singing abilities. I feel like that came mostly at the end, which makes sense because in most songs you want that sort of like climactic, exciting ending anyway. But I'm excited to hear more of her songs because I want to hear more of that beautiful tone. This, again, it required the delivery that she gave. It required that whisper. It required all of those glottal fries and conversational like nuances because of the text. So I am thankful that she did that. But I also want to hear more of her singing, that beautiful tone, her range, that F-sharp mix at the end. I can see why Dimash respects her so much because, of course, every singer wants to be an incredible vocalist, but this is the difference between being a vocalist and an artist because you really do have to go above and beyond just your technique and the sounds that you're producing. Earlier, I mentioned how she kept her soft palette down during a lot of that song. And the other thing I want to comment on is that in the French language, that R sound is created with the use of your soft palate, with your tongue and your soft palate. So it makes sense that she's very good at it because she speaks French. So I'm very interested to hear her sing in a different language, just to hear if she likes to maintain that lowered soft palate or if it changes depending on the language that she's singing. I know I say this all the time, but I am just loving listening to all these different singers. And I am especially fascinated by how language affects a singer's technique. I am by no means a linguist. In fact, I can only speak English fluently, despite having studied many languages in school. But I did have to study anatomy. I learned how articulators affect the larynx and their relationship to one another. And so language obviously plays a huge part in that. Your habits in your speaking affect your habits in your singing and how things are positioned in your mouth and the height of your tongue and the placement of different vowels. So yeah, maybe I'll get into that in a different video, but I just think it's so beautiful how a person's native language influences their singing and their tone and creates these tiny nuances that are specific to people from a certain country or who speak a certain language. Anywho, that is it for today's video. As a little sneak preview, I think I'm going to be hearing another singer from the Philippines in my next video, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.